My name is Janice. I'm here with my daughter, Susie, who's 3 years old. We're here for her third stem cell treatment. We found out about Susie's diagnosis when I was 19 weeks pregnant. She has, it's called Aicardi Syndrome, and there is a spectrum of outcome as far as lifespan, symptoms, all of that. She does have seizures sometimes, but they are pretty well controlled. And she just has a lot of muscle tone issues, which is similar probably to cerebral palsy. That's what a lot of the physical therapists have said. It's similar to just tone issues and not being able to, very sensitive to holding things and things like that. She does not walk, or she did not walk. Her speech has been delayed, just a lot of things. So we were kind of always on the lookout for some alternative treatment. And so when we had heard about this, it just kind of immediately filled us with hope. When we first came for treatment, I think we weren't really sure what to expect, but I didn't realize how easy it was going to be. I mean, the doctors and the nursing staff are very knowledgeable. They get the IV in very quickly, and it was such a positive experience. I mean, it was easy to get here. Everything was taken care of when we arrived. Everyone, we didn't have to do anything basically, because it's stressful traveling with children. The first treatment, we noticed cognitive improvement. She was just more alert. She stood for the first time. Actually, when we were in Panama, she stood in her crib and we saw her on the monitor. She had never done that before. But we did notice she would have these random focal seizures sometimes if she was asleep and I had to wake her up for something, and she didn't have any more of those. But then the second treatment, 6 months later, that's where we saw some tremendous growth. She started walking with her, it's called a gait trainer, which is like a baby walker. She would hold things. She was very much less sensitive in her one side. And she was also just more, I think just more comfortable, or she didn't fight everything. Like, she would fight therapies a lot, and she was just much calmer and just, I don't know, just her whole demeanor trying new things had improved. And then the cognition, again, we saw growth there too, just trying to say words, trying to mimic us more, and it was like the light switch flicked on. My family lives pretty far from us, so we don't see them regularly. But when we do see them, they always notice these huge leaps. So we went into her therapy appointment right after we had returned from Panama in July, which was 6 months ago, and Susie grabbed the gait trainer and just started walking, and with very minimal crying, and she wasn't upset, which she would always be upset. She never wanted to do it. It was hard for her. And the therapist immediately knew. I mean, we all knew, but she was astonished. My hope is, at least, that hopefully if you can tamp down the seizures now, they won't continue to evolve, or at least they won't, all the damage that they have done maybe has been helped by these stem cells. I mean, taking care of Susie requires a lot of time and effort, and so if we can get her on the pathway of, a little bit more, being more independent, it's going to improve all of our lives, especially if she can walk, because that affects everything. For our other child, I feel like it's improved his relationship with Susie. She plays with him and she watches him, and he teaches her random things and she'll mimic him, and I think it's just enhanced that sibling relationship a bit more. It's not just like she just sits there. She interacts with him, and he loves her. So I would encourage people to try it, especially when you're in those situations where you don't have alternatives, and you want to improve your quality of life or your child's quality of life. We've met so many families here, and rarely do we meet anyone who's new. Now that we've been here 3 times, everyone we meet, they've come more than we have. They've been here for more. So I mean, it just shows you that it's doing something. Otherwise, these people wouldn't fly all the way here to do this, because it's worth it. We want to do as much as we can to make her have the best quality of life possible now, and I feel like it is really important to do it as young as possible, just to affect her growth now, and then hopefully, I feel like we've done everything we can do, and so it will help her hopefully be as independent as possible.